Now tags. Each of those image types like Ubuntu, jptetzo/clock, etc., you can add a tag behind it, which will be a version number or version name. By default, if you don't put anything, it's like putting :latest. So for instance, if I do docker pull Ubuntu, it's telling me using default tag latest, and it's telling me image is up to date. If I do Ubuntu :latest, I'm getting exactly the same result. Now if I do docker pull Ubuntu :1404, it's going to download an image for Ubuntu 1404, etc., etc. So when should I use a tag and when should I not use a tag? The only scenario where you shouldn't use a tag is when you're doing some little prototyping, you're testing rapidly, you're like, I want to test something with Zookeeper. Okay, I'm just going to use the Zookeeper image. Or I want to check if my thing builds on Fedora. Okay, then docker run Fedora and let's do some tests. Or if I want to have the latest version because I know, oh, these people are crazy. They do a new release every week, so I want to make sure I have the latest thing. But in every other scenario, you should pin to a specific version. That's super important. Why? Because if I'm writing an installation script or whatever, and I'm referencing Ubuntu, today I think Ubuntu is 17.10. If I try again in 6 months, it will be 18.04. Like Ubuntu have this 6 months release cycle, and it's like year.month. So it will be like 14.04, 14.10, 15.04, 15.10, etc., etc. So if I try in a long time for now, maybe I will get Ubuntu 23.04. And so all my scripts, etc., are probably going to break. However, if in my scripts I say I want Ubuntu 17.10, then if I try again in 5 years, then it's gonna work because it's going to use that exact version of Ubuntu. Same thing for like if you're using now. Let's say after experimenting with Zookeeper, you find something that works for you and you use that in your stack. You should look, oh, what is the version of Zookeeper I've been using? 5.3. I'm just pulling up a random number version because I don't know what Zookeeper versions look like. Then you should put that in your scripts to make sure that later when there are upgrades and whatnot, you still end up using that exact version.